On the procrastination foundation. Three. Mindset. Let's jump to section. Finally, section 6. Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. I am so incredibly pumped that you're here with us today because we are going to look at something truly transformative. If you've ever found yourself just staring blankly at a screen, endlessly scrolling, and wondering where your entire day went, well, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're going to build a hottie, which is a traditional term for a guide or a roadmap for success. Our ultimate goal, we want to completely transform a life of procrastination into a life of absolute, unbreakable iron resolve. And we're gonna do this using science-backed behaviors, some fascinating neuroscience, and even a little bit of ancient philosophy to give you a crystal clear path forward. So here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with number 1, the procrastination trap, move into 2, morning habits, 3, mindset rewiring for success, 4, discipline, the productivity guide, 5, philosophy, 5 ancient aids, and finally, 6, the happiness advantage. Let's dive right in. All right, section 1, the procrastination trap. Before we can build that iron resolve, we really have to understand the invisible force that is constantly fighting against it. So let me ask you a direct question based on some pretty brilliant insights into procrastination. Do you feel trapped by the instant gratification monkey? You see, in every single one of our brains, we have a rational decision maker. That's the part of you that makes plans, sets big goals, and actually wants to sit down and study or work. But the procrastinator's brain also houses this instant gratification monkey. It's kind of like a roommate none of us asked for, but we all just have to deal with. And the thing is, this monkey, it doesn't care about the future. It literally has no memory of the past. It only cares about 2 things: what is easy and what is fun. And all too often, right when you're about to get down to work, this monkey just snatches the steering wheel of your brain. And when that monkey takes over, it drags you into a place we like to call the dark playground. This is where leisure activities happen when they really shouldn't. It's like mindlessly scrolling social media when you have a massive deadline looming over you. The big problem here is that this leisure is completely unearned, right? So the air in this playground is just thick with heavy guilt, dread, and anxiety. It is honestly a miserable place to be. Now, we want to completely contrast that with our ultimate goal, iron resolve. This is a powerful, focused state of discipline and earned success. The pain of the dark playground is very real, but I promise you, the roadmap of habits we're about to go through is the absolute best cure for it. Moving right along to section 2, foundation, morning habits. To break out of that dark playground, we need to build our roadmap from the ground up. And that starts literally in the very first moments of your day. Think about this fantastic quote from Navy SEAL Admiral William McRaven. If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But making your bed is actually a really critical first habit. Completing this simple physical task right when you roll out of bed gives you this small, immediate sense of pride. And that feeling, it encourages you to do another task and then another one. It reinforces the psychological reality that the little things in life actually matter. Because if you can't do the little things right, you'll never do the big things right. It's all about creating instant forward momentum. Next up, we're going to add an internal habit to our morning routine, Sankalpa. This is a Sanskrit word that translates to resolve. What's really fascinating about discipline is that it's actually an emotion. It isn't just blind habit or exhausting yourself with pure willpower. If you spend just 5 to 10 minutes sitting in total silence each morning and you commit to just one medium difficulty task for the day, say completely avoiding junk food or studying for 1 solid hour, you are actively stoking your internal emotional engine. You're fanning the flames of resolve so that when doubt inevitably creeps in later on, your resolve just burns hotter. And to round out our morning rule of 3, we have vivid visualization. Before you jump into the total chaos of your day, just take a moment. Close your eyes and vividly imagine a successful outcome for whatever your most difficult challenge is going to be. Studies have actually shown that for everyone from professional athletes to astronauts, visualizing success actively boosts your real-world performance and confidence. It's simple. You see it, and then you do it. Let's shift gears to section 3, mindset rewiring for success. Okay, so we've set up our physical and emotional morning routines, but now we really need to upgrade the operating system of your mind. Think about the number 21, 21 days. Research shows that if you write down a simple list of 3 new things you are grateful for 21 days in a row, you literally rewire your brain. Instead of constantly scanning the world for the negative first, which, by the way, is just our brain's default survival mechanism, your brain actually starts scanning for the positive first. This one simple journaling habit completely changes your baseline cognitive filter, setting you up for incredible sustained motivation. Now look at the stark contrast between these two mindsets. If you have a fixed mindset, you believe your talents are just locked in place at birth. If you hit a roadblock, you just assume, well, I guess I'm not good at this, and you give up. But if you shift over to a growth mindset, you believe that abilities grow just like a muscle when you put in effort. You start intentionally replacing self-criticism with curiosity. And guess what? Modern neuroscience completely backs this up. We know for a fact that the connections in your brain physically get stronger and grow with study and practice. Talent isn't just something you're born with, it's something you grow. Because we know the brain grows through challenge, we absolutely have to reframe how we look at mistakes. High achievers, they don't fear mistakes. They actively practice them. Think about the Wright brothers failing at flight over and over again before finally succeeding, or J.K. Rowling facing 12 different rejections. People who are equipped with a growth mindset are just way better set up for a long-term success because when they fail, they don't quit. They just persistently adjust their strategies, they ask for advice, and they keep moving forward. All right, let's jump to section 4, Discipline, the Productivity Guide. So we have our morning foundation, and we've got our growth mindset dialed in. Now we need to transition to the specific, tactical daily actions you have to take to master productivity and lock that instant gratification monkey away for good. If you're just relying on figuring out what to do as the day goes along, you are inevitably going to end up back in that dark playground. Instead, you need to use a time-blocking template. By actively organizing your day into specific blocks of time that are dedicated to specific tasks, you stop just feeling busy, and you start making actual, tangible progress. Time blocking gives your rational decision maker a strict schedule to follow, which leaves zero room for the monkey to grab the wheel and steer you toward unearned leisure. Now, even with a great schedule, sometimes the work just feels incredibly boring. And why is that? Well, it's because of dopamine. Every single day, we flood our brains with unnaturally high amounts of dopamine from things like social media, video games, and junk food. When our dopamine tolerance gets way too high, normal, genuinely important tasks, like studying or doing deep work, just seem completely unbearable. The solution to this is a dopamine detox. By periodically taking a day to completely avoid high-stimulation activities, you're basically embracing boredom. This allows your brain's receptors to actually recover, which means those crucial but low dopamine tasks suddenly become desirable and interesting all over again. To manage your dopamine on a day-to-day basis, you have to implement the work-first rule. It is a super simple, absolutely non-negotiable two-step process. Step 1, you complete your difficult, low dopamine work. Step 2, only after that work is totally done do you reward yourself with high dopamine activities at the end of the day. If you indulge in those high stimulation activities first, you are going to completely kill your motivation to do the hard work. You've got to earn your leisure. Which brings us to section 5, Philosophy, 5 Ancient Aids. You can have all the modern productivity hacks in the entire world, but they are always most effective when they're grounded in some deep wisdom. Thousands of years ago, the Yoga Sutras actually outlined a traditional guide for success in literally any endeavor, and they listed 5 crucial factors. Number 1 is Shraddha, that's having deep faith in yourself and absolute dedication to your goals. Second is Virya. This is the courage and energy that naturally bubbles up when you practice self-control. Third is Smriti, consciously developing your knowledge and memory. Fourth is Samadhi, the ability to achieve total concentration and just get completely absorbed in your work. And finally, number 5, Prajna, higher wisdom and the ability to make intelligent choices between right and wrong. These 5 aids give us this beautiful, holistic, philosophical roadmap that perfectly complements the daily habits we've been talking about. And finally, section 6, the happiness advantage. We have arrived at the final stop on our roadmap. We're going to take the traditional script, the whole idea that if you are successful, then you will finally be happy, and we're going to flip it entirely upside down. Think about this massive jump in productivity for a second. Society constantly tells us to grind and work hard so we can be successful, and then eventually we'll be happy. But our brains actually work in the exact opposite order. When your brain is in a positive state, dopamine floods your system, and that literally turns on all the learning centers in your brain. A positive brain is 31% more productive than a brain that is negative, neutral, or stressed out. Raising your level of positivity and resolve right now in the present gives you a massive happiness advantage. Happiness isn't just the reward for success, it is literally the fuel that creates it. Well, we have covered a whole lot of ground today, right? From making your bed and embracing a growth mindset to time blocking, managing your dopamine, and tapping into that happiness advantage. But remember, information without execution is honestly just entertainment. To actually transform your life from one of procrastination to a life of iron resolve, it requires action. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought. Don't go out and try to change everything all at once. To make this really stick, what is the one small, science-backed change you are going to choose to make today? Pick your habit, take back the wheel from that monkey, and start building your iron resolve.